On this video, I'm going to share with you how you can build a six-figure rent-to-rent business. And the best part about it is you can do this with just 3 deals. All right? And I know what you're thinking. That sounds a bit too good to be true. Is this just another one of those get-rich-quick schemes? I promise you, all right? This is possible. And not only that, but we are seeing it time and time again all around the country and beyond when my mentees follow this simple formula. And in this video, I'm going to share it with you. I'm Simon, rent-to-rent specialist and mentor. And over the past 5 years, I've built a 7-figure revenue rent-to-rent business. And now I help people like you. And I know what you're thinking. Well, why do you bother doing that? Why? Why if you're making so much money? Well, do you know what? Because I've got the time and I want to help you. All right. It feels good to see the success stories. So I want to give you value right now. So I'm going to jump on the iPad and check this out. So this is the rent to 100K model. In other words, how do you go from 0 to 100K of revenue in the fastest period of time? So what I want you to do is I want you to imagine this here is the goal. Now in this situation, this is 100K of revenue. And the reason we call it rent to 100K is usually 100K total income equals out at about £40,000 net, which is enough to replace or go some way to replacing most people's income. This is above the national average income in the UK. And at very worst, it could get you down to part-time if you was earning 80 or 100 grand plus. So that's the goal. And if you imagine, you know, most people like the New Year's resolution. So if you imagine this is 0 months, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, and 12 months. What if I told you you could do this in just 12 months? So here's how we do it. The first 3 months or 90 days is all about control. How can we control property? Okay, how can we control it? The next 90 days is all about cash flowing that property. And then at that point, it's now time to systemize because you got money, but you ain't got your time. So what we like to do is we like to then systemize. And if you imagine every time you start one of these, you carry on. So once you start controlling, you carry on. Once you start cash flowing, you carry on. And once you start systemizing, you carry on. Well, here's the best thing about it. I always recommend that if you're doing rent to rent, you want to be getting a deal within those first 3 months. In fact, I go as far as guaranteeing it. You heard it. I guarantee you get a deal if you follow these formulas. So we want to get one deal within this first 90 days. All right. Next off, we're definitely going to get another one within the second 90 days. And let's say, for example, you're focused on systemization. So you have a minute and then you get another deal over here. So in this eventuality, you've got 3 deals. Now, interestingly, in London, I've got mentees that I've got one deal that hits this goal in itself. 10K per month, one deal, gross revenue, 40 to 50 grand net on one deal, one single deal. But for most of us, you know, up north and around the country, let's say, for example, deal 1 brings in 3.5K. This is deal 1. Deal 2 brings in 4K. And deal 3, let's say deal 3 is a slightly smaller unit and that brings in 2.5K. You've got a total of 3.5 plus 4 plus 2.5, which is a total of 10K revenue per month. Now, if I times that by 12, that gives me a whopping 120K, which basically means you've done it. It basically means you've got a 6-figure rent-to-rent business. Now, why is that important? Well, do you know what? I feel like when you start, having a 6-figure property business is such an amazing thing to achieve. It's going to give you so much confidence. And as I said at the beginning, 100, 120 grand is going to be your 50, 60,000 pounds in your pocket every single year, which in most cases will be enough to hit your goals. So you're probably thinking, okay, Simon, well, it sounds great, but it sounds really, you're making it sound really easy. How do we control? How do we cash flow? How do we systemize? Well, I've got over 500 free videos right here on this channel. All right. I've got Amazon bestseller book, Rent to Rent 2.0, The Art of Cash Flowing Property You Don't Own. And you know what? I'll post loads of links below to how I can support you for free, or some of you might want additional help, and that's great too. I'll post the links below. But if you find this value useful, if you want me to do more stuff like this, let me know. Feel free to hit me up on Instagram @Simon Smith Online, and I'll see you soon.